Well, here we are at Bali airport, and I'm here because my best man and my son are on their way over from the wedding, for the wedding. However, there's a really important thing I've unfortunately got to tell you about that could cost you thousands of dollars if you're coming to Bali. Now, my son went from New Zealand, changed planes in Sydney, Melbourne, and was about to jump on a plane to come over here, and they looked at his passport. He was going through customs at Melbourne, and there was a little tiny bit of water damage on the bottom page, or a couple of pages on his passport. Nothing major, all information was clearly visible, but it wasn't perfect. And they contacted the Denpasar office and they said, will you accept this passport? Denpasar said, no, we won't. So it's really important, if you've got any damage at all on your passport and you're traveling internationally, I very strongly just check with the country you're going to. I know Indonesia's tough when it comes to ripped pages or anything like that. Even dog ears, if it just looks a little bit shabby, they will refuse you. Now, if they put you on a plane and you come over here and they turn you back at the gate, I've been told it can cost you $5,000 as a fine and you get sent home straight away. So you don't want that. So poor Adam's madly scrounging around trying to get an emergency passport remade down in Melbourne. Doesn't know anyone down there, and he's well, it's let's say panic stations, but not to worry. I'm sure we'll do what we can to get him over for the wedding. And we've got a few days up our sleeve, thank God. But it's a really important point. If you're traveling to Bali, check your passport, make sure there's no ripped pages. If you don't have 6 months spare in your passport, they won't let you in either. Oh, it's just another part of traveling internationally, guys. Stay safe, be careful, keep an eye out for what's going on, because the next few weeks are going to be a bit exciting. There's lots of people over here. I just can't wait to see some of these people I haven't seen for years. And now I'm just sitting here waiting, doing the old airport shuffle, just waiting to see how long it takes them to get through customs. Yeah, well, it won't be Adam today, it might be tomorrow if you're lucky, but we'll wait and see. Thought you might like to know that. Could be a big one, could save you a lot of time, hassle and embarrassment. And to be honest, I think you'll find that your insurance probably wouldn't cover change of flights due to you not checking to see if your passport was damaged. So that's sort of, I think it goes without saying that you should know if it's in good order, that if it's right or not. No sticky tape, no. I mean, maybe if he ironed it or something, or he could have made it look a little bit better, I don't know. He wasn't to know, I wasn't to know, and now you guys are in the driver's seat, you know all about it. So let's just hope I'm not waiting here all night. And yeah, maybe I'm going to ask Matt when he turns up about the flight. I might have a chat to him about anything that, you know, what the latest things about going through customs and pre-registering this and that, and just going through the process. Because when I came through in February, it was pretty straightforward. There was a bit of a customs declaration form that you had to do online, had to download an app and go through some tick boxes or something. Wasn't hard, but it would have made it easier if I had done it before I left. Things like that. So I'll find out for you. I do know one thing: don't try to buy alcohol at this end if you're buying duty free, because holy shit, does it cost money, man. It's yeah, it's bloody expensive, unless you're just buying vodka, and then it's about the same as what you get in the shop for anyway. But there was no bourbon, there was no Jim Beam or anything like that when I came through. And what cheap scotch and whiskey and stuff they had was like $80 to $100 for one bottle. So yeah, if you're planning on coming over here and saving a few dollars on our bintangs, I'd get all your stuff in Aussie or be at home before you're coming through. Hey, if there's anything else, I'll log in and I'll ask Matt, and for sure I'll let you know. Have a good one. See you when you get here. Hey guys, as promised, I thought if there was any updates to the visa situation and to the importing my son's situation into Bali, I'd give you a quick heads up. The dog's sitting on my lap, and I've got my mate here, so that's Matt. He's my best man, and Matt and I have been brothers for how many years? It's been nearly 20 years. Wow. So it's awesome to have him over here. Listen, I'll start off with a quick update about Adam, my son. He got stopped at Melbourne Airport because his passport had little dog ears on a bit of water damage on the page. So he's gone and got an emergency passport arranged. They're hoping to have that for him this afternoon, and he's organised an exchange trip from Melbourne to Bali on tomorrow afternoon, so sometime tomorrow. Qantas has been amazing, looked after him, and they've organised to transfer the ticket that he had over to Saturday, so he should have enough time to get the passport, hopefully, as long as it turns up this afternoon. And the wedding's not till Monday, so he'll be here in time. He's going to miss tonight, which is going to be a little bit of fun, because Matt's the best man, and he's organised a little bit of a boys' do. And we're going to go and have some karaoke. Half of my mates are professional musos and work in the music industry and have done most of their life. So, in fact, a good portion of them. So it's going to be fun. We're going to go out and go to a karaoke bar or something and sing. I want to do 10-part harmony to Queen's. But look, what I did say on the video was I want to quickly run through the updates of what you had to do to get into the country, because I came back in January, and it was pretty straight through, but I didn't have a visitor visa. I'd already had a pre-arranged visa, so it was a different process. I actually went through with Fee and Jonathan. But so in your case, you came through on a standard visa on arrival, the VOA.
Yep.
What was that process?
When you arrive, there's a counter you have to go to before immigration. You have to pay $50 basically, so just be prepared when you get here. Have your card ready or some cash, because you're going to have to pay that before you get to the immigration counter.
Right, so that was straightforward. Did you have to fill all the forms in and stuff as well? Or?
Yeah, after you got through immigration, then you before you get to customs, you have to go to a counter, and it's really easy to miss. Heaps of people walked straight past it and went to customs, then got turned around and sent back. You had to go and you stand at this computer and fill in all your details. One trick though, I didn't actually have the address of where I was staying, so fortunately the form had maintained the address of where someone else was staying, so I just copied that. So apparently I'm staying at the Renaissance Hotel.
Yeah, it looks like you guessed it was staying there yesterday. So look, when I came through, there's also an app, or there's an online check-in for your customs as well. So, and that's all about, are you bringing in excess of $10,000 into the country? Are you bringing any prohibited goods? Are you bringing any trade supplies or that sort of stuff? So that's just like in Australia where we go through and they sort of search your suitcases. So if you still get the QR code once you fill it in?
Yeah, so once you fill it in, you print it out, you have a little QR code. Right. Take it with you, they scan it, and as long as there's nothing,
nothing to declare, haven't got over your allowance, haven't got 16 million packs of cigarettes and all that sort of stuff. So when you do it online, you get the same QR code in their phone as you walk through the exit gate almost. You just show that, they look at it and go, okay, off you go, and that's straight through. So it's a pretty straight through exercise. There was, how long did it take to get through customs from out of the plane, get your luggage and go through?
Around half an hour. Yeah, it's quick.
There you go, can't complain with that. And that was 9 o'clock at night. The airport was pretty busy. There was a lot of people there. So yeah, look, well done Bali Airport. They're doing a good job. I've heard stories of people saying that they took a long time to get through, but not for a long time actually. The process is pretty simple. There's no, so a lot of people are asking me these days about COVID vaccinations and certificates and stuff. In Matt's case, he had a medical certificate, an exemption from a doctor, because of his own medical history. So he was unable to get the vaccination, but the doctors were able to say that he was suitably qualified to be able to enter the country without. To get that, you had to contact Qantas, who is your carrier.
Yeah.
So if you just talk us through that quickly.
So if you're not vaccinated for whatever reason, you basically just you fill in the Qantas form. It has to be sent to your doctor for them to sign it off, accompanied by a letter. From your doctor, and it was really easy. Just submitted the form, and that was the last day I've had to think about it. No one asked me, no one questioned me, just came straight in. It was all good.
Okay, now people ask, where do I get a doctor's certificate like that from? There are some organisations that help people in this situation. What's the one in New Zealand called?
NZDSOS.
NZDSOS. So what does that stand for?
NZ Doctors Standing Out for Science.
Okay, New Zealand Doctors Standing Out for Science. So these are doctors who will help you through some of these COVID-related issues, which is really helpful because not every doctor, I think you spoke to your original doctor, and they weren't in a position to do something for you.
Yeah, basically, I'd had COVID a couple of times, which basically meant I had natural immunity, but I didn't report it officially, even though the doctors knew about it, and because it wasn't officially reported, they refused to help me get the letter of support. So NZDSOS big thumbs up to them, and also their health support line. They basically talked through my family history, worked out, basically the issues that I had, and were really supportive and just helped me get it sorted.
And I'm sure there's probably similar institutions in other countries.
There must be.
I'm not sure where to get hold of them, but these are, yeah, so look, ask around. I'm sure there's other people that have come through with similar things. If you've had COVID and you've got natural antibodies and your doctor is willing to say, yep, no, this person doesn't need a vaccination, they don't look at it when it comes into Bali. It's actually all done through the airline. So the airline won't let you board unless you've had at least some sort of vaccination or alternative clearance. And once he had dealt with that through Qantas, they didn't even ask you before you got on the plane, because it was already in the system as, oh, he's clear. So pretty easy, guys. And the good news is, thanks to the internet, thanks to Trent, my mate that was over here a couple of weeks ago, and now my son was able to share his birthday with Trent back in Melbourne, and Adam's on his way back over here tomorrow. So look, it's all working out well. It's a bit of stress just before the wedding, but it's crazy. We've still got the builders behind me. You can hear them sanding and painting away. Look at these. Sophie's been shopping again. She's been out there getting some bedside tables. We're finishing off the kitchen overhead unit, and Buck's over there sanding doors and painting doors and getting it ready. He's got his planes out, and he's just handcrafting all these things. Bloody incredible how hard these guys work and what they do, and how meticulous, old school meticulous. There's no he's just up there with a hand plane. Well, the place is looking amazing. I'm just so happy that everything's coming together at the last minute. And we've still got a few days to go. So we've got the boys do. Well, actually, the girls are going out tonight as well. We're going to probably start down at Fat Buddha and have a few drinks. Dog, get out of the garden. Stop it. Little puppy. I tell you what, she's big enough to get into the plants now. And she loves my herb garden. She gets up into the oregano. Look at this little thing. Hello, Bubba. Her little Chino. This is the one we raised from a one-day-old sort of box puppy. She'd been abandoned, and we hand raised her. She's about 4 months old. She's just finished her last parvovirus injection, so she's about to go out into public. Hasn't been much humanised or what's the word? Socialised, that's it. So she doesn't. She's a bit scared of other puppies. We had a little puppy come over the other day. She went, oh, "What's that?" It's like a fluffy toy that moves by itself. Our little fountain from Katook, we've already got a couple of goldfish in there. They were doing the launching out of the fountain the other day, and they finished that last little bit of painting up around the back behind the spa. The pump for the spa just arrived yesterday, so that's all finished. The wedding rings turned up last night, so they're good to go. It's all happening. It's all.
You nearly lost them.
Sure, I didn't lose them. I just wasn't sure where I put them. Now it's your fault. Do you know where they are? Oh look, no, look, it's just it's insane having people coming over that I haven't seen for so long. A lot of these people haven't met Fee before, some of them have, so it's a good chance for them to catch up. Her family's all coming in tomorrow, and yeah, we're just keeping it real, having fun, and we have a couple of nights to go before the big event, and then we've got a few days afterwards as well, where we're going to go out together as a group and do some tours or a couple of group events that don't necessarily involve alcohol, which would be a first. No, but honestly, last night we finished up pretty early. The last couple of days we've had a couple of bevies. We've just been sociable, but we actually haven't been silly because there's too much at stake. There's too much to do, and we're busy like getting this vlog finished, so you know what to do when you're coming over to Bali. So listen, I'll knock off here and say thanks for coming along. When you're coming over, give me a holler on Facebook. Tell me you're here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because all of these live events are going to be on our YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button. For those who don't know, it doesn't cost 1 cent to subscribe. A subscription just means every time I do a video, you get a notification to say, hey, that guy that you like is doing more videos. So if you don't like the content, you can always unsubscribe. There's no minimum set period or anything. I've got about 200 people that I subscribe to, because there's a lot of people that I'd like to follow. They just come up in my suggested links, and that's all it is. It's not a money thing or whatever, but it does help YouTube to know how many people are watching me, and it helps them to monetize what we're doing, so in some way we can get a little bit of money back for all the trouble and all the work we put it through. So thanks guys, thanks a lot. See you, thanks for your support, and we'll see you when we're looking at you. Bye bye.